Pastor Roy Gerhardt from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania, sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. This week we've been looking at sacrifice and sacrificial living. We've seen in the scripture David declared that he could not make an offering to the Lord out of something that cost him nothing. That if it costs nothing, it means nothing. And we've seen the rich young man walk away from Jesus because the sacrifice that he asked for was too big as far as that young man was concerned. To give up all of his wealth and follow Jesus was just too big a price to pay. But Jesus told his disciples, as we've seen, that if you're going to follow him, there's no other way to do it but to be all in. It's got to take everything. And it's going to mean that it will touch every sphere of your life. Jesus said, I'm going to go and die on a cross, and if you're going to follow me, then you have to deny yourself, take up a cross, and follow me. He said, in fact, if you would lose your life for him, there you would really find it, and it would be preserved, kept for you forever. But if you try to hang on to your life, keep it to yourself, you're just going to lose it. Think about your life for a minute. The times that you've actually made a sacrifice. Those are the best times that I can think of in my life. The times whenever I have no regrets about who I am or what I've done. I have lots of those other times in my life whenever I can look back with regret and say, I held on to my life for myself. I kept everything for me. And what good was it? Whenever I was a kid, one of my fondest memories is from a time from one of my birthdays. My home church always had a birthday box, and during Sunday school's opening, you could, on your birthday, take enough pennies to count out your age and put them in this bank that was in there, and then pick out a prize out of the box. One time, I don't remember how old I was. I was young, elementary school. And I went up, rooted through that box, and I came up with a dish towel. And they tried to dissuade me from it, but I carried that dish towel back and I gave it to my mom. So I took my prize for my birthday and I made a gift of it to her. It's one of those days whenever I think, man, brother, you got it right. You're living right. I've seen people who sacrificed so much more, giving their lives to care for a family member, husband for a wife, wife for a husband, who sacrificed everything. The whole world turned upside down. Taking care of children in a way that has taken parents' lives and spent them entirely. I've seen parents like the father that Jesus described in the prodigal son story, waiting on a wayward child who's gone off the rails, waiting for them to come home from another drunken night or another time where they're off on a bender with drugs, waiting for them through their reckless driving to see if they'll make it home again. And a whole life consumed with it. I've seen people take their lives and devote them to looking out for a neighbor who has no other family, no one caring for them. And here's this neighbor that they live next to them. That's the only connection they have to them. The neighbor may not even have been a nice person, but there they are looking out for them, taking them to the doctors, taking meals over to them, inviting them to their family gatherings. Sacrifice doesn't always have the shape that we think it will have. It's something that will reach into our soul and pull us out into a life that Jesus described as, if you keep your life, you'll never get this. But if you give your life away, if you are willing to be a living sacrifice, as it says in Romans 12, a living sacrifice, then you will be able to prove out God's will in your life, and you'll see just how incredibly good it really is. That's what Jesus says. And when you look back on your life, you can see it's true. The many things that you've done to keep everything for yourself, the times when you've been nothing but a selfish fool, those will be the regrets at the end of your days. But the times that you have lived as a sacrifice, when you've offered yourself up for neighbors, friends, and for the glory of God, that'll be the times when you know you got it right. May God bless you today, and as you share his good news, may God make you a blessing wherever he takes you.